were talking earlier when we were coming downstairs about a client that you were trying to do some reporting for, and the data wasn't quite right, and you said, I quote, correct me if I'm wrong, you said, there's no point in us doing anything because the data's just not right.
Yeah.
And what you said earlier, Tom, was about the agile approach to it. Let's just get something out there. It's quite interesting because there's two school of thoughts there. There's that, right, let's not do anything until it's all perfect.
Yeah.
Then we can load it into a central repository, we can clean it, and then we can report on it.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the talks at Big Data London from British American Tobacco was actually like, do you know what? And it's this agile methodology maybe, and it's just, let's try something, break it, and then let's just fix it again. And if we go quick enough, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I guess it goes against that data scientist mentality of, no, it has to be perfect before we put it in. And the guy from BAT was saying, well, do you know what, actually, let's just get it in and we'll report on it. And it'll look wrong, but we'll let the users loose on it, and they'll see themselves why it's wrong and how it's wrong. They'll see the data, and actually it will get them thinking more like a data analyst or a data scientist in the first place. So if you get the users brought into, this is why you need to do it this way in a structured fashion, because this is what's going to happen at the end of it.
Yeah.
Is that kind of where we're at now? It's kind of like, okay, well, let's just let them get on with it a little bit. And
in some ways, I think that's the case. If you have like a 6-month release and you wait for everything to be right and you build lots of different things, put it in, then when you find out things are wrong 6 months down the line, you've built 5 or 6 things that are all related to each other, then you need to change something. It's so much more difficult. Whereas this approach of actually get the users to understand the data, start understanding what fields are available, understanding how the data kind of joins together, and then you can find out something's wrong after 2 or 3 weeks, fix it, and then it's right for everything else. That is kind of the much more modern approach to it. But obviously, certain things like finances, balance sheets, P&Ls, when you get to that level, things have to be correct for the markets. But certainly during development, I think.
So it really depends on the use case. I think 9 times out of 10, I think you're right. Get the data out there and ensure that you've got that feedback loop. Data, it might be a data quality dashboard. It's quite a simple thing to build, but it's often something that's missing in projects. Is so that I'm a business user, I want to see is my data good? Is it just 90% accurate? Maybe 90% accurate is fine, but at least I know there's 10% of my data that's incorrect. Great. But if it's statutory reporting, it's got to be correct, right? There's something that I've seen done previously, and something that we're building into our framework is tiers of criticality of that data. If that certain entities or attributes have to be 100% accurate, statutory reporting, so that's going to be in your gold tier. You might have a silver and a bronze tier, which actually, if that data is 95, 90% accurate, it's still going to give us tremendous value. But again, make sure you know the data that's not accurate. So build that feedback loop to the business. And the other thing is build transparency for the business. Is the other thing that I often see doesn't happen in projects is the end user is none the wiser. Is my data good? Is it bad? I don't really know what the numbers I'm looking at are telling me. If you've got that dashboard and that transparency, it actually starts to drive behaviours. So, good example. Did some work for a large automotive manufacturer, and it was a PMO dashboard. Right? So, project managers historically weren't updating their project status, their RAG status, quite a common scenario. This particular client had a huge IT spend across the business, and the senior management didn't have visibility of that IT spend. Now we built a dashboard which gave the management visibility of RAG statuses, but also who wasn't updating. When you're spending millions on an IT project, but that status hasn't been updated for 3 months. Once the senior leadership know about it, that actually drives behaviours. So although the data was poor and previously the solution or the problem statement was we can't build the dashboard because the data's bad. What we did is we built the dashboard and the data actually got better because of the dashboard and because of the visibility.
But I think also, I mean, so like what we say kind of SAP Analytics is we focus on connecting data technology and teams. And I think having, as they were saying, the regular feedback loops, actually getting it out in 2 or 3 weeks, you have to then speak to the business, they have to then speak to the team who are actually developing it, and make the changes. So that communication line is then open, and people are just human at the end of the day, but if you can start connecting those teams, making them much more intertwined, things are going to go a lot more smoothly than it would do. So that's why I think really the kind of agile modelling approach works better from an organisational perspective. I think it actually just makes sure that you get the data faster, you get it more reliable, kind of works for everyone.
And I think that connecting teams piece, it's about honesty. You know, people want to know what their problems are, and I think the guys that sit in the dark room will often almost try and mask those issues. Yeah, we built this great system, everything's great, right? And then it goes out, and the business sort of, you know, the business know their data. They typically, you know, they have a pretty good feel for where things are at. And you know, they want that transparency, they want that visibility of where the pain points, where the issues are, where the data's not accurate. So I think that connecting teams piece is all about building your system so that the business have that data quality dashboard and that visibility. Secondly, building in simplicity in the form of, you know, data catalogs. If I'm a business user, I might not know what a certain attribute or a certain field even means. And there's often, you know, there's so many acronyms in business now, right? So you know, I don't know, one of my slides, we talk about A, B, and AC rates, right? And believe it or not, the AB is the actual, right? And the AC is the standard. You might think it'd be the other way around. So new people coming into that business may not know what that even, you know, what that even means, or get it the wrong way around. So building data catalogs and building transparency in those systems, so that teams understand what they're looking at and where their issues are, I think is really, really